Hey there, YouTubers. I know it's been a while, but I'm going to do a little TV review today. And it is going to be on Ultimate Spider-Man, yet again. Marvel, I got two words for you. Screw you. Okay? You bring in Agent Venom? Really? Oh my god. Disney, are you doing this crap on purpose? Are you? I mean, I know you're a family and kids network. You can't do anything too graphic. But let me explain to you the basics of Agent Venom. Flash Thompson, you at least got that part right. Flash Thompson admired Spider-Man. He got that part right too. He admired him so much that he joined the army. He wasn't still a teenager. He joined the army. And in the process of joining the army, both of his legs got shot off. And because of that, the army says, hey, you get to get your legs back, but you gotta be Agent Venom. He agrees, and he's Venom. Boom! It's that simple! But no, you bring Agent Venom, and I was hoping throughout the entire episode, get your legs blown off. Get your legs blown off. And I know it's horrible to say, but get your legs blown off. Didn't happen. And I have to wonder why. You trampled, I mean, I know you're not following anything from the comic. Agent Venom wasn't even in the comic. I can let that go. I can let it go for reasons of certain crossover respects and whatever. Fine, I can let that stuff go, but certain hero origins you just should not mess with. And the fact that you bring in Agent Venom and not Eddie Brock first, this problem still screws with me to no end. You just jump from here to there. That's like a 10-year jump in comic timeline. And you just piss all over it. So yeah, I'm not pleased with that. Moving on to the other heroes that have shown up. Vulture. I'm not a really big fan of Vulture. I think the take that they did on him was kind of interesting. So I'm not going to do too much point on that. Cloak and Dagger. Once again, two heroes I'm not a big fan on, and I don't know too much about them. I do know that they are pretty close as friends. But as anyone who's read the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, Cloak and Dagger didn't come to light until after Peter Parker died, and it was the new Spider-Man kid, Milo Torres? I can't remember. He was, I guess he's Black Hispanic or something. Whatever. But that was brought up, and I will admit they did keep the whole their friendship being pretty strong thing. And honestly, I always thought they were a couple. Apparently they're not. They just have that really strong friendship thing going. Whatever. So besides that, I have no problem with it. I mean, Taskmaster. And he's still a fun character. I mean, he's played by Clancy Brown. I mean, he's just a fun guy to hear. So I have no problem with him. Norman Osborn, the last time we saw him when he was the Iron Patriot. Another thing you ruined for me was the Dark Reign comic series. You know why he chose that? You know why he chose that Disney? Because he wanted both of the symbols. The soldier, there's one, and the knight, 2, which was Captain America and Iron Man. And he just, and it's like, oh, I want a different appearance. Like, no. Bullshit. If you're going to take a stab at certain things, I mean, it's not as bad as a stab as what Iron Man 3 did with the whole Iron Patriot thing. I mean, it wasn't even Norman Osborn's suit. It was War Machine. So I'll leave that part alone. At least you got the right person in the right suit. So I'll give you that much credit. But still, you can't just do that. You can't take away the real main purpose as to why he got that suit. Jeez. I mean, at this, Brian Michael Bendis, you were a consultant on this show for a while. You were, I think you're like an executive producer or something. Executive consultant. I don't know what the hell you were, but you were part of this show. You created the comic, man. Every tiny detail of this comic, you created. And I remember in one of your interviews, you said, "Okay, what little thing can I read?" No little thing. No little thing. Bring in the whole comic. I mean, once again, I get it. It's Disney. Certain things have to be changed. I get that. I really do. But okay, here's the problem that I see most comics having. Here's the problem I've seen that most comic TV shows things having recently. You base it off the comics as you're claiming, and you get kids interested. When you get kids interested, they want to see their TV version of it in the comic book form, because that's where it supposedly comes from. But when they get the comic book, guess what? It's not there. It's not there. I mean, it's one thing to say. Okay, I'm gonna take an example from Incredible Hulk, the 80s TV, the 80s cartoon and the 90s cartoon. I'm gonna use those as examples. The Hulk, I mean, the premise of it was simple. You have Bruce Banner turns to the Hulk. He's immediately a fugitive. He has to be captured. On the while he goes through all these crazy things that happen to him. Doesn't necessarily have to code to the comic. It might have happened in the comic, whether or not. And certain elements they take from the comic, and they do it pretty well. I mean, when She-Hulk had gotten into the TV show, she was still injured. She still lost a lot of blood. Of course, she didn't see any blood. They just said it. I mean, it wasn't like she was actually shot like she was in the comic. Because once again, can't show that. Can't. It's not like she was shot in the comic, but it was still okay. I need to save her life. I'm the only one around. I'm her blood type. I got to do this. He does it. He gives her a blood transfusion. She's She-Hulk in the next couple of panels. Fine. In the 90s cartoons, they changed several things. I mean, it was Dr. Doom who captured her, and it wasn't in the comics. I mean, but they still got the origin pretty down patent. They just changed who was responsible for it. That was it. And Disney, listen to me. Listen to me carefully. Stop changing things that don't need a fucking changing. They don't. Certain origin stories just don't need to be messed with. And that's all I got to say. I'm going to be doing several more interviews. I'm going to be doing Legend of Korra, which I haven't done since season 1. And I'm going to be doing Hulk's Agent Smash. See you in a few.